Hello everybody, hey, it's Ken Faulkner, and I got another knife video for you. Yeah, it's another one. It's a big one. This is a big brand battle. One of my favorite brands, still, even today. I talked about Civivi. That was the last one. I think I had like 10 or 11 of those. This one's a big jump. I'm up to like 17 of them. 17 Kizers. And I've had them, been buying them for a while, and I just keep getting them because I really like Kizers. There's some other brands now that are kind of popping up and kind of getting my attention, but it's still kind of keep coming back to them because they keep coming up with good stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. A lot of these you may have seen before on different videos. Like this one here would have been on one of the big knife videos because it's that big old Megatherium. Such a cool knife. I've heard a lot of people. We're back to the Elijah Isham design. This is one of my favorites from him. A lot of people saying how they want to have this knife. They would like to have this knife. I guess they have a mini Therium too. I haven't actually seen one of those in person. That might be interesting to see because this is quite a large knife. And I had a couple of them, and I got them mixed up too. The Plethros and the Anthropos. I got them mixed up when I said I think this is the Anthropos. No, that was the Plethros. I found out later. If I prepared ahead of time, then we wouldn't have these problems. But it keeps it fresh, right? Well, I don't know. I'll tell myself that. Let's just go with that, okay? I'll stick with that story. Anyway, you were back here with the Elijah Isham logo. Megatherium. This thing is just a monster beast of a blade. It's got that shape, and I talked about it, how get that place for the index finger, just to kind of get in there and get locked in. And I go back to it all the time because it's just a thing for me. I really like the locked in. I really do. No jimping here, but it just locks. I mean, the thumb comes up on here. Boom. You can go forward, and boom. Feels good. Feels good. The clips are really, really good. You don't feel it on this big guy. Sometimes with the smaller knives, you feel the clips a lot more. And it is a milled titanium, which looks really nice. It's kind of a bolster sort of thing, but it's kind of, what you'd expect from Elijah Isham, that he's going to do something a little bit crazy. I always wanted to get the, what's the one from the planet from Dune, Arrakis. Almost had it. If it wasn't so daunting, and really, it's a lot of money for that knife. And I had it in my hand. I could have bought it. First blade show I went to, but it was a lot of money for me back then. That's for sure. And it's just the idea of having it. I don't know. It's definitely not super usable. I feel like this one's a little bit more usable. For one thing, the cutout works to flick the knife. Yay! I love it. I love it. Great action. Drops like crazy because it's such a big blade, and it goes right into that handle so well. I mean, where are you going to hide that blade in this funky shaped handle? And then it comes out with this kind of like a teardrop kind of shape. It's really cool. It is a great knife. I recommend it. I mean, this one is probably my favorite, even more than the Arrakis. Although I never owned the Arrakis, but I did pick it up, and it felt a little bit lightweight to me. It's got all those cutouts in it, but this is more my style for sure. Next one is a drop bear. Multiple drop bears are going to be seen here, but this is the fancy one that I got from my girlfriend. The first blade show, she went with me to Atlanta, and there was that whole story about Mrs. B's when my girlfriend went to the bathroom. Mrs. B saying, hey, she was really looking at that knife. She really likes it. Now, if you notice, this is the one that Mrs. B's has too. LC200N, really awesome knife. They have similar tastes. They are more in communication than B's and I are, as far as like back and forth, almost on a daily basis, talking about cats and animals, and they both love animals. So You know, and then just talking about days and stuff like that. They're definitely more social. Um, anyway, so yeah, she loves this knife. It is a great knife. It feels so good. Very fidgety. I mean, I'm not so much of I like crossbar locks, but you know, I would take a liner or frame lock over them most times, or compression lock, or a top liner lock. But this one feels really good, so no complaints at all. That's my girlfriend's knife, though. Goes right back to her collection right after I'm done with this. She is kind enough to let me borrow it. All right, next one. This one is very cool. I got it partly because of the steel. This is Rex 45, and partly because it's a big knife. You know, I like big knives. I always have liked big knives. I mean, I've gotten more fond of some smaller ones lately. I need to kind of clean that edge a little bit. But man, the action on this one is superb. Front flipper, index, over the top. Let's check. I don't know if I can do it with my finger. Oh, I can feel it. Oh, burn. I don't think this is a good one for the over the top, especially when you got a slice on your finger that is just healing up. Man, feels so good. Great design. Was it Munko? Paul Munko did this one. It's such a good knife, regardless of the steel, but it also is Rex 45, so that's even better. It's the Mystic. If I didn't say it, and I don't think I did. This was cool. Torngat. You know, I'm kind of rolling through these things. I might come back and do some of these more in individual videos, getting more detail. But yeah, Torngat. This one, when I first saw it, I thought it said Tomcat or Tomgat. I thought that's what it was said, but it said Torn, and the R and the N are so close together, it looked like an M. Great blade. Won this one at a Kizer after party at Blade Show. Awesome. Just it was awesome to have my number picked and to go over, and I got to pick any knife on the table, and I saw that titanium. I'd never seen the knife before, and it's not really that common of one. I don't see it around a lot, but it is a great knife. Good jimping. Just a real nice one. Feels good in the hand. I like a clip point. He almost has a little bit of a trailing to it because it almost kind of, I don't know if it actually goes up, but it kind of almost looks like that. But that hollow grind, very cool knife. Really like this one. And good memories. You know, it's always good to have a story associated with a knife. Makes a difference. The October, another story goes with this one. This is Bees. I won this one on Bees blades. He was talking about it the other night. I was kind of getting settled in and lurking in the beginning of the show, and he was talking about how somebody said something about I never win, or only something about only guys win and girls never do, or something. I don't know what it was exactly, but he said something. I heard him say my name, and he said, "Yeah," and I'm glad he actually noticed this because I won a bunch, like 2 or 3, all in a row within a while, and then everybody was like saying, "Oh, well, he's going to win every time," you know. But then it just dried up, and I haven't won since. But this one was one of the ones that I won, and this is one of the ones that Top Dog, the man, the myth, the legend. He always says that about me, but he's really the one who is the legend. He put this one in. Everybody was hot for this one. This is that one that textured October, and it's such a cool shape. You know, that sheep foot sort of look is so cool with the fuller all the way out, and that texture on this thing is just fabulous. I was so happy. This is one of my favorite wins ever. You know, very nice knife. Maybe a little bit undersized for what I'd like, but it's have that forward finger choil, so definitely works. Definitely excellent. Great knife. October. And then there's the Feist. I got this one pretty early on. I remember this was one of the ones when I was watching all the Blade HQ videos, and they were like raving about this one. The Lundquist design. That's right, Justin Lundquist. And anyway, snappy. It's small for me, and I don't like the. I didn't like the natural micarta, and I finally did try to to dye it, it came out okay. It got a little spot here that's a little off. I should re-dye it because I didn't use synthetic. It was the first time I did it, and then I stopped after that. I even have some over here, so hopefully I'll get my act together. That'll be probably a good video to do during next month when I'm doing the Faulkner 5. Do some of that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's very much a pokey guy. Like daggers, they always say, and I admit it, a dagger's not really for cutting. Now this one could cut pretty well, but it has definitely got that shape for the penetration thing. And this one's good. I think might be able to do the over top on this one. Try not to hurt myself too bad. Oh yeah, got it, nailed it. And I'm not gonna try it again. That's enough. That's enough. Hopefully there's not a lot of front flippers in here. I see another one right here. And another one right here. Okay. The Momo. Now there's the mini Momo, and a lot of people like that, preferred that to this one, but I love this big old Momo. When I first saw this, I was going, I gotta get that. It's not so often nowadays that I see a knife and say, I need that knife, because it's just me. And this one is one of those. It's just beautiful. I really like the aluminum with the G10. I think this is G10 up here. Or maybe it's all aluminum. I don't know. But it's two-tone. Nice bolster kind of look. Yeah, nice. I love this knife. Doesn't get carried as much as it should. I really need to carry it more. Very cool. I love the blade shape. It's got this Japanese flair, which I'm big on because of the Japanese martial arts I trained in. And I was a big ninja / samurai fan back in the day when I had all the movies, American Ninja 1, 2, 3, and all those things. Even there was a book called The Ninja, Lustbader, Eric Van Lustbader. I love that book. I'm not a big reader. I did read a lot of like Conan the Barbarian. That's the kind of thing. And that ninja book was so cool. So cool. Hey. So, yeah, I'm not going to do this one. This is just too scary. I think I can get it because it's so tall, but I'll wait till I'm healed up and try it out. But I got to carry that more. It gets that way when you have so many knives in your collection. All right, guys. Mini Paragon. Not so mini Paragon. There is a full-size one, but it's not a Kizer. It's a custom-made knife from RS Knife Works, who does the RS Chaos and a bunch of other designs. And yeah, look at that. That's crazy looking. I always thought it looked like a whale or a shark or something. Like a shark, really. And these kind of fin sort of look things are very much a part of the designs from RS Knife Works. Man, very cool. And I know it's not practical. Got this one at my first blade show up in Salt Lake City. And Fu Fam was the man at the table. And that's how I got it. He was the man. He was like, back when he was into Kizer. And that was part of it, man. He was such a great person. Now he's with Ramet, and he's like doing his work. He's amazing. He like really promotes. And I think Kizer made a big mistake letting him go because he was awesome. Anyway, doesn't keep Kizer from being awesome, but they did let him go. I don't think that was a good choice. This one is the what is this one? I know this one. So Cormorant. Very fidgety, very button. Button works good on this one. This one does have a front flipper and a back flipper and a middle finger flipper and a button that you can do this with. And it makes cool little tinging sounds. And it looks like a PlayStation thing. So that's right from my, when I grew up. That's one of the things. These old school PlayStation things were on the controls, and you'd be doing all that stuff. I never was a big gamer, but of course, I was more of a gamer back when you had to put the quarters in the machines. All those young kids out there wouldn't know what I'm talking about, but go down to the arcade and you put your money into the quarter machine and get all your quarters and play in the Galagas and the all those cool games. Street Fighter, Tank Battle, Tank, what was it, Tank Battle or something like that? Anyway, great knife. I just love the fidgety. I know a lot of people think it's ugly, but then there's people that think that Spyderco is ugly, and I love that one too. So maybe that's a little hint for the next blade battle. But you didn't hear it from me. Great texture on here. Yeah, Comrade. I love it. I really love it. I've carried that quite a bit. Probably should carry it more now, but I got so many to choose from. Oh, it's got to be the XL, right? Yeah, this is the only sheepdog I have. I thought about getting some of the other ones. I mean, there's so many different ones. This is one of those ones that has so many, but I got this one early on. My girlfriend bought it for me, actually. Had the peel ply back before I really realized, what that meant. But it does have texture on it, so that's good. It's not that slick one. It's actually can feel the weave that you see, and it's of course got those slots in there that they're known for. But I just loved it because it was just a monster, and I love the way it sounds when it just whacks out. It was whack. It's very awesome. Beast of a knife. Heavy, but balanced well. I mean, it feels good, and it actually carries way better in the pocket than you would expect it to. So yeah, love that knife. Kizer, I'm still a fan. They're not as much at the top of my list as they used to be. Another one. This one started the whole channel. This is famous to me for starting the whole channel. The whole big story behind it. So much behind this Kizer K with the Serape handle scales. So that year that I got the Paragon and Vu Fan was there, that's where they first started doing the Serape. Come on now. They first did the Serape, and I looked at it and I was going, that's cool, but I didn't get one. And then I was watching videos. My girlfriend's kind of seeing what I'm watching. And there was a birthday or something. It was either birthday or Christmas. I always forget. But she said usually will ask me to pick out a knife, and she'll pay for it. So she did that. And it's this knife right here that I picked out, and she paid for it. But in the background, because she likes to be sneaky, and she was super sneaky, she totally caught me off guard with this one. In the background, she's trying to figure out how to get this knife. Okay, I'm already watching Bee's Blades live at the Hive, and she contacted him. I don't even remember how she got a hold of him. Maybe it's because she had the email from his channel or something like that. But somehow she contacted him and said, "Hey, I want to get Ken," and he already knew who I was by that time. This knife, but I don't know how to get it. And so Bees bought it, sent it to her, and then she paid him. And she surprised me, and it has the whole case and everything. It's super nice. Had this bead, so I had to throw it on there with a little leather thing. That's not normally my thing, but I just had to have that bead on there. And I love the Kizer K. It's a great knife. And then later on, none other than Freedom Frog from Freedom Frog Gear. We were emailing back and forth, talking about stuff, talking about life and knives and all the other fun stuff. And he says, "Hey, I want to, because I was a pretty avid watcher of his channel. Miss that guy too. Just like Billy and Courtney. It's like, Freedom Frog. I wish he would get back to it, but I know how life goes. There's a few people like that. Yeah." And I totally get it. I mean, sometimes it's hard for me to keep going with the channel. But, usually my love for knives just kind of wins out. And for you guys and all your great comments and all the stuff. Anyhow, get back to the story. Stop it with the ADHD. So anyway, he says, "Hey, I want you to do a video because I'm going to call out a bunch of people, and if you do a video and then I call these other people out, they'll do videos too." As far as I could tell, I never got a straight answer out of him about it. I never really confronted him on it, but as far as I could tell, I was the only one. But he was so proud that I had done a video, and he was like so encouraging, such a great guy. And he was like so much saying, that he knew I was going to be great at this, and obviously I proved him wrong. I'm not great. Well, at least I'm not challenging any of the big wigs yet. But I'm thinking I'm like the tortoise in the hare. I'm slowly moving through the race, and before they know it, I'll catch up to them and pass them. I don't know. May never happen. That's okay. I love what I'm doing. So that's the story behind this great story. I got two here. You aren't seeing double. I got two. I had to keep one in the plastic bag because I need to make clear which one is the girlfriend's and which one's mine. We went to Blade Show last year and ended up at the Kizer show after party again, which is a great party. And they gave these away to everybody. So we both got one. And funny story, I never really paid too much attention to things. But then I was showing it to somebody, and I said, hey, look, it's numbered. Oh, look, it's 1 of 100. Hey, I got 1 of 100. That's freaking awesome. So I texted my girlfriend. I said, hey, I got 1 of 100. Can you believe it? She goes, no, that's mine. I got 1 of 100. And I know you can't see the focus on it, but it is 1 of 100 on both of them. Funny. I don't know if they did that for everybody at the show. I don't know. And then what it says on it, it has all this stuff about Atlanta, 11-year anniversary, or 12th year anniversary this year. And a whole bunch of stuff about Atlanta on here. This is that one with the acrylic over the liners that have this stuff kind of etched on there. So it's a very cool knife. And we both got 1 of 100. So I'm sure nobody else does. It's only us two. Anyway, so that's cool. Next, fixed blade. I'm not big. I don't chase all because there's so many fixed blades being put out by Kizer, by CVV, by all the brands, Vosteed, and I'm not chasing them that much. I love this lanyard. This is where I like to put lanyards, is on these 3-fingered knives, because then it gives me a little something to grab onto, and it feels like I got a better grip on it. I love this muskrat. I just fell in love with this. It's just the right size of what I keep talking about, how I like small fixed blades, and this is really, and it kind of cants down a little bit, and this great chimping fits in my hand so nice. Man, yeah, this is. So I did get this one because it was so good. I think I saw it on Chris, the Unprofessional Dad, his channel. Go check him out if you haven't, because he's a great guy, really great guy. He's been doing a lot of budget stuff lately. So if you're into budget stuff, for sure check him out. But like half a year ago, he had a whole bunch of like real premium stuff. So he'll go back and forth. So, but he's just a great guy. He loves knives just like I do. So this is the one that was the, what did I call it? The look over there knife. The pretend like you got your present while in the meantime, I arranged for this other one. This is a very cool knife, and it's also a Munko design, if I'm not, oh, no, not Munko. This is, Manganis design, and you can see how I would be kind of confused about that, right? Not only because my middle name is Ken Fused, but because they got some of the similar style to them, and I love this style. So yeah, this is one of the collabs that Manganis. Sharif Manganis did, and it's so cool. Nice. I love this micarta with the brass. It looks so nice. Great knife. Great knife. I really like it. I'm big on the recurves. I know some people don't like them. It's kind of like the non-neutral handles. I know some people don't like them, but I love them, and I love a recurve. There's something about curves, right? I don't know. Anyhow, that's it. Choke up, choke back, Really nice knife. Great price too. How much was this one? This was like really reasonable. 55 bucks. I don't know if it's I haven't looked at it recently, but that's what I paid for it, or my girlfriend paid for it actually. Or maybe it was a little bit less. Maybe she said something under 50, or I don't know. Can't remember. The roach, the full size roach. A lot of people talk about this one too, and they've discontinued it, unfortunately. Great knife. I mean, it really is a great user, just a good size. It feels really good in my hand, and then there it is. There it is, the lock-in. And the lock-in. And this time it has the pinky on that little spot right there, just custom made for my hand. But most of the time I'm up here, and it feels so good. Push cuts, you got get your thumb in there, man. You really can hold on to this knife. Oh, you can see how it's gotten that patina from just, from use. I love this knife. Big old monster. Kind of reminds me of the Megatherium. Look at this. Look at that pair. How's that for a carry? Which one's going in the back pocket? Couple of beautiful knives. All right, we're wrapping it up now. I'm gushing too much. This is one that I got at a Kizer party, the first one I went to, up in Salt Lake City, when Vu Pham was the man putting on the party. Gift bag, had this knife in there. The LP, another one I'd never heard of before. It's like a theme. It's like these two knives. I'd never seen or heard of them before, and I got them both at the Kizer show parties. This one was in Atlanta. This one was in Salt Lake City, which, if you haven't heard, I'm going, and Vu's going to be there too because he's working Ramet's booth. So it's going to be like old times. We went back and forth a couple years. Last year I didn't go to West and he went, and the year before that I went to West and he missed it. So we're going to be back together again at West, but he's with Ramet this time. So I don't know if he's throwing any parties. I have to check with him. There you go, guys. 17 knives. 27 minutes. Woo! Dang. That is amazing. I don't know how I did it. I really don't. I mean, sometimes it feels like 15 minutes and it's 45 minutes. And then I felt like a long time because there's so many great knives here. And yeah, we got through it, guys. We got through it. Maybe it's just the two that were the same. So it's really like 16 different knives. But that's it, guys. Kizer. One last brand. Oh! Brand battle. We got a battle. This is going to be hard. This is going to be 45 minutes now. Now they got a brand battle it. Okay, LP, I'm definitely putting aside. This is kind of possibly on the fence for a giveaway. It's a great knife, but this CEO style shape where the blade hides in there, it's not really my thing. I've just learned that over time. Even this Feist is kind of like that. It's just the only thing about the Feist that keeps it is that pokiness and that snappiness. But this one is only a flipper only, so I think it might end up going in a giveaway eventually. So keep an eye out for that, but that's going over the side. And I'll go ahead and throw the Feist over there. It's a little small. I definitely love all these knives, so it's really hard, but there are some that I can pretty easily say, yeah, that can go over to the side. And the Feist is one of those. Obviously, we'll go ahead and put these guys over there. They are sentimental for sure, but they're not going to be number one. Oh, man. This guy's not going to be number one because it's just a little bit outside the bounds of normalness. Fun as heck, exciting as heck, but for the all-around number one, it just can't do it. It's just too much to one side. Probably the same thing with this guy here. I like this one a lot, but it's also the same kind of thing. It's a little bit more of a, I love it in my collection. I'm pretty sure I'm always going to keep it in my collection, but it's just, it's a kind of novelty. Very cool. Man. Now it's getting hard. Fixed blades are not my main thing. I really like this one, but fixed blades are not my main love. But this is definitely a love as far as my fixed blades are concerned. But it's going to the side. So now we're down. We're down. Okay, Comrade. I love the fidgetiness of it. It's a great knife. But yeah, it doesn't quite make it in the #1 spot. You know, it's kind of hard to, you know, figure out with every one of these why it doesn't. But I know, because I like them so much, it's hard to say anything bad about it. But yeah, this is a great knife, but it's probably a little bit on the small side, maybe. Yeah, maybe. This is more of an EDC knife for me. It's such a great it's a great knife, man. It's just sad. It's sad that I can't have them all be #1. I got drop bear. I got to do the drop bear. It's kind of like the basic blade shape, and it's the reason why I'm not buying a lot of knives nowadays. Is because this is such a great blade shape, but I have so many that already look like this. So, and the axis lock is not my fave. So, but this one is such a good one. Such a good one. Oh, great knife. Besides, it's my girlfriend, so I don't want it to be #1. I can't have it be #1, or else I'll be really jealous that it's hers and not mine. But here we go. We're down to 8. I think we're gonna put this guy over the side. It's really cool. It's really cool, but it can't compete with the Munko knife with its Rex 45 and a little bit bigger size. But it is so cool, and I think the Roach is going to go over next. The Roach has got it's not quite that premium feel, but it is actually a really inexpensive knife. $40 when you can get it. It's amazing for the price. The value on this thing is just outstanding, and it's a very cool knife, and it's hard to put it to the side. This one has been hard. I should have known ahead of time that it was going to be really hard. I think the October, because it's again EDC size. I like EDC size. It ends up being a backup, but the backups are not going to be #1, right? I think I've even put it in the fifth pocket before on pants that have like a big fifth pocket. I think it'll actually fit in there. It's a great knife, and then I'm going to go with the Torngat, named after some mountains up in Canada. But because it's Canada, no, not because it's Canada. I don't have anything against Canada except that I think, well, I'm not going to get political, but certainly the fact that they are tough on their knife laws, I'll show you, Canada. This one's going off to the side. That'll show them. Now they'll change their laws and make it easier. All right, guys. Whew. Beauties. God, this is hard. Okay, I think Elisha Isham. Same reason as the other ones, but this one was way harder to put to the side, and it's kind of the same reason as the Sheepdog XL and the Paragon Mini Paragon. It's a bit big for a #1, kind of like the EDC sizes are bit small for the #1. Oh man. You got one in your mind that you're thinking? Or did I already put your favorite one to the side? If I did, I apologize. I'm not trying to impose my picks on anybody else. Love what you love. Love the knife you love. And don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Now you can always challenge yourself and say, maybe there's something else better or whatever. Maybe I want to try something else, and maybe I like this one better now that I've tried it. Challenge yourself, but don't just do it because you think everybody else likes this other one. Like this one here is one that a lot of people said it's just too big, and I think because of that, how does it compare to the to the Mystic. Let's see. Because the Mystic's a big knife too. And it's got that bolster lock. So cool. So it is a bit longer. Bit longer. So I can put it to the side. Oh, man. Now I got to pick between these two. I mean, the reality is that, you know, I love a knife for the story, and I love having sentimental value to a knife. But this is not really about that. It's about which design speaks to me like I just love it. And it's got to be the Mystic. The Towser K, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. You're still way up there, and maybe you #1 in knives with great stories and that I have you know, sentimental feelings about. But I think the Mystic is going to take it. That's it, guys. It's the Mystic. I got to choose one. There can only be one, right? Like what's that movie where they, you know, all those guys chop each other's heads off until there's only one? Scream it. Scream the name so I can hear you. You know what I'm talking about. And I do too. I just can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. And it's swords anyway on that one. But it's a great one. I hear they're going to redo it, and Henry Cavill is going to be the lead on it or something like that. I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I've heard. Anyway, there it is, #1 of the Kizers, which is now been bumped down to #2 of popular brands. #2 of popular brands. That means we have one more left, and that's going to be a fun one. So Mystic, X45, Paul Munko, bolster lock, just micarta. I'm a micarta. I really like micarta, and I like titanium. It's got both of those. Clip is amazing. Action is amazing. Maybe I could, if I wasn't injured, maybe I could actually do the over the top, but the front flipper and the index work fine on this one. I shouldn't be testing it. There you go. And it's got that swoop there for the good thumb position. And not quite a choke up, but you could kind of trigger pull it. But you don't need to because it's a big knife. And it's a big knife. So, you know, but not too big. You know, it's nice, lightweight. Okay, guys. That's it. Thank you, Paul Munko. Thank you, Kizer. Thank you, Billy Courtney. Billy's the one that told me about this one. So, yeah, thank you all. And thank you for watching. I got done enough talking, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.